Welcome back, sword enthusiast. Today we're going to be looking at the mini katana Angry Wave 1060 carbon steel katana. The katana came in a nice little box and also has a sword bag. It came, I did receive another katana with it, so it came in a big box. But I think that they would just put your box like this in a box and ship it so it doesn't have its own box. So basically is what I'm saying. It just comes like this. And it comes with 3 hooks on it to open it. Came well packaged. Mini Katana does a good job shipping and packaging their katanas. But I'm kind of going to do a mini katana series. I did order a few swords from them. I did have to contact customer service about some issues, so I'll go into that when I deal with those swords. But their customer service was great. I didn't have any issues with that. But yeah, the sword box is very nice, but I would probably never use that unless I was storing it. You're not really going to use that if you're showing it off. I mean, maybe you are, I don't know, but I wouldn't. It does come with a stand too. That's one good thing about mini katana. You do get a stand, a sword bag, with any purchase. However, the boxes that like this sword came in, they're only to some katanas. So, but I do like the way this katana looks. I do like the blue. I like that Sageo where it's a different blue and white color. It's kind of got its flashy spots, but then it's kind of also just, a nice down-to-earth sword. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of how I see it. The blade did come heavily lubricated. It did come shrink wrapped on the Ito and also shrink wrapped on the blade. Got a good thumb press. It comes out easy. The katana does rattle. That's just part of these swords. It won't come out if you shake it though, as you can see there. It does have a fake gray skin Samigawa. That's one thing I don't like. I do wish, they would do the real skin, but I know it's costly, But I do like the design of the hamon on the blade. I do think that's a printed hamon, not a real one. But it looks nice. I mean, for what it is, it does the job. I will say their Suba and their fittings are very nice, very well defined. Some of the more defined ones I've saw. I know that most of these are mass produced. I don't know if they get first pick or what, but now the Suba on this sword is really nice, really nice. I do like this battle wrap Ito. It's not super tight like a Hishigami Pro, but it is tight. It's tight enough compared to other swords, at this cost. Like I said, the fittings, there's no hot spots on it. They're very well defined. Also, when I bought these swords, I got them on the Black Friday deal, and really that's the only time I would suggest buying these swords because otherwise they're very expensive. Now, as you can see here, we're going to do some cutting with this sword, and you can judge yourself what you think, how the cutting goes. But I'm not, I wasn't happy with how it cut. I'll say that. However, I don't have a whole lot of room here to, really swing and stuff. My garage is a little stacked and packed right now, and I can't go outside because it's like 10 degrees, and I just wasn't going to do that. But I think it has some sharp spots on the blade, and then of course it has some dull spots. That's just the way these mass-produced swords are most of the time. The only ones that I've found that are truly like consistently sharp across is the Romance of Men blades, and I just think that's because I get the extra grinded blades, the spring steel blades that the Zakuri blades. So I think that's why those are so sharp, because they state that they are extremely sharp. So as you can see, that comes straight down top of that. It was it was still dull. I would not recommend buying them at the $219.99. I would